Judy's looked after Peter for years and been paid a carer's allowance for it. But now Centrelink has pulled the pin. It's not the first time we've had to step in to fight for them both.
Oh, that's better.
It's better? I'm Peter's carer and always will be.
That's the last one. Thank you for that, Judy. Judy is my carer 100%.
Well, that's all very nice, says Centrelink, but we don't care. Basically, Centrelink is saying that you're getting a payment you shouldn't be getting. How does that make you feel?
I feel like a criminal, absolutely. It has ruined me, my reputation, everything. I've worked all my life and cared for Peter for 22 years, and they do this to me.
Now, we all applaud Centrelink for cutting off the rip-off merchants and the deadbeats and the dole bludgers, all very commendable. But for the past 2 decades, it's recognised Judy as Peter's legitimate carer and paid her a carer's allowance. Now, suddenly, when Peter needs Judy more than ever, it's cut her off.
I could not believe it. Oh, I was so depressed for a few days. I could not believe it. And it was so rudely done.
A letter from Centrelink confirms the cancellation. 22 years of constant care explained away in 16 words.
Because you no longer provide constant care to another person.
I think a lot of people would have been shocked by the decision that was taken so quickly, abruptly, to cut her off the payments that enable her to provide ongoing daily support to her friend Peter.
And she looks after me all the time. She showers me, she provides the food, she does the shopping, she does everything for me. And without her, I get very, very bad panic attacks, and I can't handle it. I just can't handle it. I need her with me all the time.
So you are emotionally dependent.
Oh yes,
on her.
On her. Oh yes, 100%.
Just brought you a few more goodies. I do some of his shopping, yes, and I help him sometimes with his shower. And his feet, I'm always doing his feet. I have to soak them and I have to put cream on them. Now, did you want some water or tea, Pete? One foot has got no feeling in it now. You want your pills now?
Yeah.
At what time?
She dresses me and makes my bed and does all the cleaning around the house, and she's good company, and we play cards together to keep my mind active. You out, are you?
No, nearly. I don't know what else I could sort of say there. I help him with everything.
A successfully negotiated community-based arrangement has been interrupted now by a rather clumsy decision made by government bureaucracy.
Michael Bleasdale is CEO of the ACT Disability Aged and Carer Advocacy Service. He says we should care more about our carers, especially carers like Judy.
Well, I think she has rights and entitlements, and I think if internal reviews are unsuccessful, she should have the right to be able to challenge that decision in an external tribunal.
Peter has complex and chronic medical needs. He's in constant pain and addicted to opioids. He's depressed and anxious.
I contact her every morning and every night, and during the day she's here. I'm in constant contact with her.
But Centrelink is unmoved. It says Peter does not meet the daily care requirements. What would you say to Centrelink about this?
What would I say to Centrelink? They've made a huge mistake by cutting Judy, my carer, that's looked after me so many years. She saved my life 3 times, and without her, for what she does for me on a daily basis, they should continue to pay her an allowance.
In fact, this is a case of history repeating itself. Judy, we've been through this before, haven't we, you and me?
We certainly have.
What, 17, 18, 19 years ago? We did a story when Centrelink pulled the same stuff. They took away your carer's pension.
That's right.
We got involved.
Exactly, and you helped me. You helped me no end.
You got it back.
I got it back.
And for the viewers, for the viewers, here's a little bit of that.
I can't appreciate it enough for what you do for me.
Are you all right?
He is all right, Peter. If you discount his chronic back pain, the fact he's immobilised, doesn't sleep, can't work and needs constant care. That's where Judy comes in.
Judy means a lot to me because without her, I don't know where I'd be.
Judy's been caring for Peter for years. The federal government recognised this and paid her the carer's allowance of $84 a fortnight. Now, because they don't live under the same roof, Judy has been stripped of the allowance.
I couldn't really believe it because of all the time I'd spent with Peter.
Even though she stays over 3 or 4 nights a week, the petty requirements of our politicians are still not satisfied. After our story, Centrelink restored Judy's carer's allowance. Now it's gone again, and Peter is devastated.
I love her dearly, and it's the best person I've ever met, and we get on fantastic.
Yeah, we should have a barbecue there.
In itself, this is a beautiful human story. Judy is 87, Peter 65. He's dependent, she's dependable. He's medicated, she's dedicated. He's lonely, she's company.
Well, it's extremely stressful for most people because it's a 24-hour-a-day job, and most people don't realise that even when they start.
Susie Williams is a former carer who runs an online forum called Carers Community. It's all about helping carers cope.
Well, it's a little bit chaotic for a lot of people, and it's very hard for people to get the level of support financially that they need, often for the person, and there's so much documentation, it's ridiculous.
Susie says the life of a carer can be very stressful, and carers often suffer depression.
I would think that would be a crying shame to have to put someone that age through that stress. You know, she saved the government a lot of money by looking after him at home.
Well, I'm extremely tired and I do get very depressed.
Bit of fresh air.
Oh, lovely fresh air. And I feel I have to go on because he needs me desperately.
We get that Centrelink has rules and regulations, but seriously, how much care is enough? And where is the humanity? An 87-year-old woman dedicating her life to a very sick 65-year-old man. Any day of the week, I reckon that is a commendation, not condemnation.
Most people at 87 put their feet up, Judy.
I can't do that. I couldn't sit and do nothing. So I said, that's just not me. So and if I'm helping someone, I just feel, you know, that I'm doing something worthwhile.
She's a lifesaver, yes.
Pure and simple.
Pure and simple, Martin.
They're virtually wrong, and this is my reputation at stake. I've worked all my life and I've taken on Peter, and I will stay with him till the day one of us maybe pass away. I always surprise you, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. That's
you
better.
look after me very, very well.
We're a great team. We should be celebrating the Judys, not punishing them. The Department of Human Services declined our request for an interview but confirmed Judy's carer allowance is being further reviewed. We will stay on it.